Hi guys, it's Constabeta here, and today I wanted to go over the MiHoYo announcement on the buffs that may be coming to Zhongli. So I'll be quickly going over the changes, and I'll also be giving my opinion on them, as well as whether or not you should pull for Zhongli. The simple answer is no, you should not pull for Zhongli right now. The buffs haven't even arrived into the game yet, so there's no testing done by the theory crafters who are not in the beta test. And additionally, he could be coming with more or less buffs. So with that, let's just dive right in. They've added HP scaling to his normal charge and plunging attacks, as well as his stone pillar. So the numbers are pretty big difference by about like 500 in both. I think it's a good change. The normal attacks definitely needed more damage. Hopefully he will be more comparable to characters like Zhongli with a physical damage build. And it will just make a lot of people who are forcing Zhongli as a main DPS to be very happy. But I think that's all it does. I don't think it changes much about the character. It just means that he is better at performing in that role, which he's not even optimal for. So if you're playing him non-optimally as a DPS, this is a great change. As for the stone pillar damage, it was definitely lacking. I still have my doubts about this damage scaling, however. Even if you build him on max HP, we have yet to see if, say, having 3 constructs out, or maybe the Geo main character ultimate out, if this does significant damage to enemies. Because there are other summons, like Oz and Goba, who do a lot of damage. And they have elemental reactions that can further improve their damage. With the stone resonance, it scales based on how many constructs are on the field, and of course, they're stationary and they don't really target enemies, so it just depends on how well you can group the enemies and kind of stack the radius of it, which is quite small. Also, additionally, creating the shield will create the stone pillar if the max number of stone pillars are not out yet. This is a great change because it now kind of quote-unquote fixes his elemental energy recharge when he's making the shield, plus you just get extra damage. That's cool. That's a good change. It doesn't really change the way he's played, but at least now you can actually spam the shield. I think that's pretty cool. It means that you're going to have more uptime on your shield and be able to deal some damage while doing so. Now, I have a very, very strong opinion about shields. I didn't publish a video on my initial thoughts on Zhongli, but it was mostly me bashing the shields in general. And now these Geo Shields actually have a use. They are 150% better against pretty much all damage. That's great. Geo Shields really had no use, because the Archaic Petra set only works for elemental shields. And so that means that these Geo Shields that Zhongli and Noelle are creating, who are supposedly tanky characters, are being matched by elemental characters, who, by the way, deal more damage because they're elemental characters and can produce shields. So that's a good change for Geo Shields. Like I said earlier, it will maybe increase the number of hits that these Geo Shields can take by 1 or 2. And again, with shields and the way that the resonance works, there's been some resonance changes, but with the way the resonance works, you need your shield up, right? And for Archaic Petra, you need the shield to be active. This means you still have to actively dodge with shields, which I think is dumb. I think if you have a shield, you should be able to block with it. But that's the direction that they're moving with, and I still think that needs to be changed in order for Geo to truly be competitive. But it's starting to move up, which is great. So he doesn't get interrupted, and also Geo Resonance now when you have a shield, your damage is increased by 15%. That's wonderful. And dealing damage to enemies will decrease their geo resistance by 20%. So this makes up for the lack of geo reactions. That's, instead of having two, like, say, a pyro and a hydro in order to create a vaporized reaction, you now just have two geo characters, and now they can deal 20% more damage. I think that's a good fix. And overall makes characters like Ningguang and Carrie Noelle much better and will continue to benefit Geo DPS characters in the future. So overall, I am very happy with the buffs that are going to bring to the Geo element in Zhongli. However, I don't think it's still worth pulling for Zhongli, as I think these changes don't really change the way he's going to be played, and they don't add any extra synergies to his ultimate or his elemental skill. They only just make it better. So I think these changes will definitely make him viable, meaning that if you were just waiting on pulling for him because he was just so weak that even switching to him took up animation time from your team and decreased your DPS, I think now switching to him will not feel as bad and he'll be able to do things, but I don't think it's enough to make him be a character that is needed on a specific type of team composition. It's totally okay if he's niche, but I still can't see what type of niche he would fill and fill better than other characters. Especially since someone like Albedo, who is a defense scaling support with more DPS capabilities, it seems like, might be able to fill those niche roles better than him. For now, he's still shield based, and I have a lot of problems with shields. So those are my thoughts on Zhongli. Don't pull for him yet. Wait for more information, and have a great day. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll be making more Genshin videos in the future.